No, I'm good.
All right. Well, let's play some D&D, guys and gals.
All right.
Woo! Woohoo! It's what we're waiting for.
So we're in Daggerland.
Daggerford.
Egger Ford.
All right. There's a fog that moves in. Oh.
Oh,
You're going to use that to effect, by the way. All right. So, the group is currently in Daggerford. So apparently the book says I have to read this for you. That if I don't read this for you, none of the rest of the game will work.
Okay.
hey.
So I'm going to monologue, and you're going to like it.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right.
Sir, yes, sir.
You've heard some of this before, so don't interrupt me.
I've heard all of this many times before, but go nuts.
All right. Duchess Morwen of Daggerford is having guests for dinner, and you are invited. No strangers to Daggerford. You have come to the town's defense on more than one occasion, and you count Lady Morwen as a friend and benefactor. A cool autumn breeze blows through the streets as you make your way to the keep. As you dine on hot, spicy soup and tenderly cooked pheasant, you can tell that the Duchess seems more out of sorts than usual. Then a pall comes over the occasion as she voices her concern about a band of wayward travelers camped outside the town's walls. They seemed harmless at first, but Morwen has received reports that they have begun harassing townsfolk and other visitors as they come and go, demanding money and wine, and threatening to put hexes on anyone who doesn't pay up. Yesterday, the Duchess ordered several guards to scare away the mysterious visitors, but they couldn't get the job done. When the guards returned, they spoke sympathetically about the visitors. It seemed as if the guards had been magically charmed. Morwen doesn't want an armed conflict, but she aims to send a stern message to the visitors and asks you to deliver it on her behalf. If they don't leave before dawn, she says, I'll burn their wagons to the ground. So the group of you are still currently at this dinner party after having received this now request command from the Duchess. You all know of and are probably getting a little bit more familiar with each other right now, but during this time, as you all are eating dinner and probably maybe turned off of your soup a little bit now because of this conversation, I'm going to hand it over to the players to go ahead and to introduce yourselves to each other.
Who wants to go first?
Roll initiative.
I guess I'll start. So my name is Burton. What you guys see is a just kind of a medium average sized human, 6 feet tall, about 195 pounds, a lot, uh, mostly kind of fit and muscly. He has a bald head with tattoos, and just kind of your stereotypical monk. Again, I don't know if I said, but very young looking, kind of like not youthful, but young 20s type thing. Very few scars. It doesn't look like he's very battle worn, and that's about as far as it goes as appearance. You do notice he has like a little kit on his side pouch with little wooden spoons and whatnot. So he does have some proficiency with cooking tools. So if nobody else can, at least he can cook a good meal at rests. And yeah, that's about it for description wise. And of course, no armor or weapons. He just likes to punch things.
Well, I imagine being dinner at the Duchess's house doesn't. The dress code doesn't include armor.
Oh my.
um,
Um,
I'll go next. I play Cross, who is a half orc barbarian. She is 7 foot tall, 300 pounds of solid muscle. Think China, but taller and orcish.
Green China.
Yeah.
That work. Yeah, that works.
Actually,
The
she's
wrestler.
not green. The wrestler, the WWE chick. She's actually a lightish gray.
Okay, I was going off your picture, not yeah.
Yeah, I need to find a better one. That was just something I found.
That's Rex from.
We can Photoshop this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has tattoos on the backs of both hands of bear paws. That's like she doesn't have a last name because her clan is the Gray Bears from where's she from? Neverwinter? No. Neverwinter Woods. Where's this map? Where am I from? Sorry.
Whoever.
Yeah. Okay.
Neverwinter
Yeah,
Forest is a place, yeah.
yeah, she's from Neverwinter Woods, which is north of where we are, like really north. So, the tattoos indicate her clan. She's the only. I don't think there's. No, she doesn't have any other markings on her. No other tattoos or anything like that. But like Burton, she's also unarmored. Um, just very muscular, intimidating woman, but she's very, very friendly. And to a point. She likes people and she likes drinking.
I mean, what
Who
more
doesn't?
do you need? Yeah.
Yeah. And then just to further the place a little bit, Burton and Cross, we have traveled together for the last couple of years. We're training partners and just the monk barbarian type thing. We like to spar.
You
Cool.
advanced to level 1 together?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just keeping our skills sharp or whatnot. Getting into trouble.
Next.
I'll go. All right, so finally get to introduce my boy Canoon. Basically, Canoon, father of House Father. Well, really, he is the 8th of his name. Pretty much think the most. If you took someone who shopped at Whole Foods and consumed kombucha and was told that they were interested in joining a guild, that pretty much describes this person. He's slightly heavy set fellow, Father the Eighth, first lieutenant of the Second Colomancy Division, second course of the King's Entree Guard. So he served in the culinary division of the military. He carries around the trophy of a former enemy, some orcish oregano he found, and again he is the first the first
What?
of his name. I'm not
Down a little bit there.
or
Wait,
yes.
would my character be offended by this? Like,
Oh, that's a good question.
okay, all right. Well, she's actually more orc than human though, so I'm gonna
true.
watch you carefully with
There,
your orcish
there,
oregano.
there you go. There you go. No, and I mean,
You're not
it
gonna
was
eat me.
it's the trophy of a fallen enemy. I want to emphasize that I dueled them in a cook-off, and
Okay.
I slay them quite effectively.
They were well
Anyways,
done.
You played Guy's Grocery Games at Dungeons,
yes,
Divers, and Dives.
exactly.
Dungeons and Dives.
Exactly. Anyways, he is the current owner of the Father Temp Adventurer Guild, where the motto is "Why risk your own life when you can use Father?" I'll get into his family next. Yeah, and so anywho, he is a fighter of as incredibly average build as possible, and
What's his race?
he's human. And yeah, he is here looking fighter like, being slightly overly critical of the food, and is currently enjoying a good grape juice because he's allergic to alcohol.
Allergic?
Yes,
Oh,
this falls in line with real life.
oh wow.
It's just not allergic to pre-alcohol.
Yes, pre-alcohol is fine.
Greatness. Who is next?
I'll go. You see a tiefling sitting there with sort of kind of dark, kind of purplish skin and horns, but wearing very sort of normal, nice but not overly nice, sort of like good quality clothes that have sort of maybe seen a few seasons, sort of thing. If you know him, you might know him from a tavern called the Dragon's Horde. So he's a brewmaster there, and it's sort of like a adopted family thing. So if your characters sort of travel through I just sort of made up a town called Amonfell. I don't know exactly where that is because I haven't really decided that yet. But like, so if you've traveled through there, it's kind of well known as the best in the city, and basically the proprietors started kind of taking in runaways and whatnot, and so it has like, there's a half orc who tends bar, a gnome barbarian who's the bouncer and well feared by everyone. I've got a whole little backstory thing for it, but basically he is Valorous is a brewmaster, and he is currently traveling looking for kind of exotic ingredients for his beers. So he's currently there, kind of sipping the I'm guessing the wine, and sort of kind of carefully considering the flavors as he does so.
This is going to be a food campaign.
Good day.
I'm so excited.
In Bavaria.
Yes.
Best typo ever now.
Yeah.
It's all chocolate.
And cream filled.
Blue, you want to go? You want me to?
Oh, you go first.
Okay. Cicero is a very thin, lean, half-elf male. He has about shoulder-length, platinum blonde hair, very deep blues and greens ensemble, with a cloak that goes off his back. He is a very well put together individual. Besides his charming looks, the other notable aspect of him is that he plays a violin, and he has brought one to the dinner tonight. Probably played at some point in the course of this dinner, just because he likes to. His true love is music, and he is going to follow that to the best of his abilities.
So we have food and music and brutality.
Oh,
Correct.
sweet.
Right?
Perfect game. Okay, my turn.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Salamanca Sparklebane, but everybody calls me Sparkle. I have fair skin, green eyes, and light brown hair. I'm wearing a very nice pinafore, and my hair is tied with a red ribbon, and I look like a 10-year-old human child. Or maybe 12. I'm 4'3", and I weigh 40 pounds.
Nice.
So we have a tween with all the chefs.
Yes. So the Duchess has asked/ordered this to be done.
Has asked/ordered.
Okay.
Voluntold.
Tonight or tomorrow?
So the gist of what you are gathering from her is she is now beyond the point of tolerance for this particular group, especially when the fact that now they have apparently magically seduced her guards into not performing their duties. So she's kind of in an ASAP sort of mindset, very nobility, do what I want sort of mood.
All right, then Cicero will sort of stand up. Say, Duchess, I would be happy to look into this matter for you. The soup was delicious, as always, but if there's anyone doing the charming here, it will be me. I'll look into this matter for you personally.
Well, I thank you.
Valorous sort of stands up and says, yes, and oh, I forgot the character voice. Yes, and oh, I can't do it now. Damn it! I practiced it all earlier, and now it's
Too
just
much
not coming out.
pressure.
It's not coming out. Says, yeah, you'll need some help on this. I imagine I'll be happy to assist. You can't no need reason for you to go alone, right? And he sort of raises a drink to Cicero.
I always am happy to have company on whatever the road will bring.
Cross is shoving food in her mouth. Like, I forgot. You said we're eating soup. I'm assuming there's meat. Is there meat?
Meat in the soup. It's meat adjacent.
All right, so she's just like holding this thing up like a mug. She's just drinking the soup like it's out of a stein or something. And I'm just gonna elbow Burton and go, "You think we should help them? Think it's worth our time?"
I will as well be eating a lot more sloppily than a human should be, just because you can obviously tell he's been spending too much time with a half orc. And he'll just kind of nod and agree and go back to his soup and whatever drink.
I stare at both of them eating, vigorously, and I just say, "Same." And then I stand up and I say, I will also help you as per the temp agency's contract."
Splendid.
Well, while everybody's distracted, I'm stuffing food in my pockets. Whatever bread, sandwich stuff, finger food, appetizers, whatever I can fit in my pocket discreetly, I'm gonna be stuffing it in there.
Why don't you give me a stealth check?
Okay.
First roll.
Yeah.
I love pocket ham.
Oh dear.
It's right up there next to rum ham.
So I can do that off my character sheet, right?
Yep, you would go to
Yes.
your main thing and scroll down to where the stats is. You can just click on stealth.
Yep. And don't worry, everybody will always make the mistake of some point either rolling a save versus a check. So we'll make sure to fix all that whenever it happens. All right. Oh, 17. Good roll.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get your crit out of the way before the game started, though.
Yeah, that was my one good hit.
So it's easy. I mean, you are putting food hand over fist into your belongings. I mean, they are not even noticing a thing.
Yeah, it's like I have no idea when I'm going to eat next, so I'm just getting prepared.
Yeah, you're
And
like the
I'm
grandma in
preparing.
the Fig Newton commercial. I mean, she's just like dumping trays of Fig Newtons in there.
Yeah, I like that.
Splendid. Well, if we have an accord, then we will probably be back in time for dinner. For time for dessert, if all goes well.
I look forward to your success.
I give a flourish and a bow, and I head for the door.
Croth
guess-
refills her soup bowl and takes it to go.
Valor sort of looks around, and is like, "Oh, we're good now. Okay. Yeah, and he gives a sort of a flourish of a bow to the Duchess before kind of running off.
I walk off with the goblet and say, "Thank you for the juice."
I put my cloak on.
Burton's too full. Burton's too full to fill up another bowl, so he will just slam down his drink and just kind of give just a quick little salute and follow quickly behind the group.
Yeah, I carefully slide off the chair, slip on my cloak, and kind of sneak along behind him. Who's the last person out the door?
I think it's gonna be Croft.
I kind of like.
Probably because she makes sure that her bowl is like full.
She's waiting for that doggy bag to show up.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of filling the bowl, she just takes the actual pot and
Yeah.
She's done that before, so
Just
don't put
right
it
out
past
the
her.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not a to-go bowl. Never mind. It is now.
She'll bring it back. So I'm following Croft.
All right. So everybody is in motion. All right. This is my reading face.
Also, if I ever come off as super pompous, I apologize.
I don't.
I would
You're a
apologize.
bard. You have to.
I would
know.
apologize, but my ego doesn't let me.
It's the bard.
Yeah. I got a level of bard, I think.
You have to have so
I've
much.
never played one.
I haven't played one in years. I'm so happy to play one again.
Drew plays one. He actually sings. He makes up his own songs and
That's awesome.
everything. It's great.
I could never do that.
No, me neither.
He's got a notebook full of songs.
I approve of this message. All right, here we go. All right. So as the evening grows darker, it said dark, but I'm adjusting this now. You see a dozen men and women gathered around a crackling bonfire. The folk are in good spirits. A few of them sing and dance around the fire, while others find happiness in their flasks and wineskins. 3 barrel-top wagons are parked at odd angles. Tied to a nearby tree grazing are a half a dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels. Bear with me. So I remember how to roll 20. That's how I roll 20. So this is the picture. Everybody can see the map changer now, right?
We can see
Yep.
darkness.
Yeah, just see dark.
I've just got black as well. Yep.
I can
That's
see
a
what I can't see.
thing.
Yes.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, do you guys have dark vision?
Yes.
I do.
I do.
Scream it in the chat. Scream it.
But if we're walking up to a bonfire, we shall be able to see it, though.
Immersion broken.
One time I don't have dark vision.
I know, right?
I know why. How about now? Did that work?
Nope, not yet.
Negative.
Something
No.
flashed, but
I'll try and refresh here. Maybe that'll.
No, I think.
No, I think it's like a dynamic lighting thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
okay.
That was my next option here.
Bane of all good DM's existence.
Hey, we're all learning here.
Yeah. No, I hate dynamic lighting. It's so frustrating.
Can you see it now?
Not yet.
I see a line moving that says 10 feet, 2 squares.
Yes.
oh, sorry, that was me. I was trying to click it and move something, and it's making a line now.
Yeah, that's Luth
There you
drawing.
How did you do that, Luth?
Oh no!
Oh, stand by.
Jen, I have a feeling you're gonna like my guy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Like, you guys might not. Well, I don't, if we've already ventured before, you would know that she likes to throw people, dead or alive.
Nice.
Fair enough.
And Burton is a body throwing apprentice. He's learning.
Well, and I specifically picked up the catapult spell to throw things around, so I think we'll have
Nice.
good times there.
There we go. There we go.
I was
I guess-
hoping there'd be a lot of staircases as well, assuming there's mansions and stuff. So
I guess if I put someone to sleep, then technically they are also feasibly to be thrown.
Yeah. Yeah.
what a way to go!
Actually, if they're awake, as long as I could succeed a grappling check, I think I could still throw them. If Pete would allow something like that.
Is anything able to be seen now?
Not yet.
No, sir.
Yeah, still
No.
dark.
Trying to figure out this dynamic lighting thing here because I
Yeah,
think
no
that's what
sweat.
the problem is. Because it wasn't supposed to be on.
I'm trying to remember. I think it might be in the page layout of the top. I haven't done it in a little bit.
Oh, shit. Audio, video, output source.
This is not a problem in anything else that I have, is why.
Anyways, speaking of throwing, Kanoon explains that we have a long history of a festival for the various members of the Fodder family, and specifically, it's tradition for the Canon, the son of Canon, to take part in a larger-than-life catapult throw, in which he catapults into the venue. Also known as the venue being a large festival, also known as the Kanoon Ball.
Does Canoon mean something?
Canon Fodder.
I love it. I love this guy.
My entire life, aside from my character, my entire life is just a series of attempts at making everything into a pun. It infuriates my clients and simultaneously gives a good laugh. So,
Like it.
Hey Pete,
Yes, sir.
so under page settings is legacy lighting on?
Step by. I have a feeling it might be the entire, just because this particular map.
Yeah, I know when like if you pull up a page, you can then go to like and do like the page settings. There's a tab for like legacy lighting, and if Fog of War is clicked on, then like
I see things now.
There it
Yeah,
is.
I had
Cool.
to
I
click.
see something.
I had to click global illumination on for whatever reason. Oh, that's why, because dynamic lighting was enabled on here. But because there's
there
no
you go.
active light source on this random page that I've got here,
Got it.
because now, okay, because I just want to toy with something really quick. If I do this, did I just hide most of the map to you?
Yes.
Hit
Yep.
everything
Yes.
Perfect. I had to go
except
back
for
to
one
manual mode.
horse.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll edit that out for the release version.
It's behind the scenes.
Gasp.
Where was
There,
IT
Viscott.
when we needed him?
IT's back.
Okay.
Gasp.
So
There,
you now
Viscani.
should see your characters up here on the top right.
I see
Yes.
me being moved.
Yep.
Yeah, I just sort of, my OCD made me line you all up properly.
So people are to refresh. People are drinking and singing.
Yeah, so you see a dozen men and women gathered around a crackling bonfire. The folk are in good spirits. A few of them sing and dance around the fire, while others find happiness in their flasks and wineskins. So pretty much me on a Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon. Sorry.
No, you said it. Sunday
Yeah,
morning.
no, Sunday afternoon.
And no judgment here, man.
You can say it. Y'all need Jesus. It's okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, only when the Cowboys play, but that's a different story.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you need medicated for games like that.
You pre-drink on those. 3 barrel-topped wagons are parked at odd angles, or in our case, perpendicular angles because I'm lazy. Tied to a nearby tree, grazing are half a dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels.
Okay.
Roth is just gonna walk up to the closest person and what are you drinking? Is there more?
Oh, we have the finest wine from the town. Would you like some?
Yes.
Oh, we'll see. Here, why don't you? And he sort of pats himself down. He's obviously a good 3 sheets to the wind already right now. So he's patting down his chest, looking before he finally realized that in his left hand, he had still a full extra wineskin right there.
Oh,
Before handing it
goodness.
over. Oh, take this one.
I take it. I just start drinking it.
It's good stuff. It's
Alright.
real good stuff.
All right. Sister is gonna start heading in that direction. Does it look like anyone is playing music, or does it just look like they're singing?
It's very a cappella. There is nobody actively playing any instruments that you see. It's almost like they're all harmonizing like the trolls do in that movie.
Oh my.
Okay. I guess it probably behooves us to get on these people's good side before we ask them to get the fuck out. So, can I try matching their singing with my violin?
Sure, give me a performance check.
I I rolled my crit.
Oh my.
Dang.
So you can choose to play this however you want. I mean, either like Beethoven is showing up, or you're turning it into a fiddle and going that route because these are more folksy people. You know, this is not a very opera setting. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could go for Beethoven's Eighth, or I mean, you know, something like that, or you could play The Devil Went Down to Georgia, you know, if you want to at this point. But these folks are absolutely enamored that you've been able to pick up their song and just continue going along with it. And the volume is increasing in the song as they go to match your instrument.
Yeah, I think I'll do it as an
Fantastic.
as an undertone to be able to like sort of like keep everyone consistent on the same page.
Okay. And they are going right along with you right now. You've got the attention of the crowd.
Great. Well, then I'm gonna move front and center.
Oh, that's not a fireball, by the way. That's just a bonfire. But
Good.
I searched for bonfire, and apparently nuclear explosion was about as good as it got.
Fair enough. I said, that looks dangerous, but
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Well, that's what I'm doing at the moment until they finish their song.
Can I kind of take a look around at their like kind of wagons and dress and see if I can recognize sort of like where they're from or anything about them that might sort of indicate like what they're here for, sort of thing?
Yeah, give me a history check.
That's a 2.
I told you
Not my
there's only
best, though.
1s or 20s in roll 20.
Apparently, yeah, Jesus.
And the occasional 12.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Determined
yeah.
they're from a place that has horses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking at
But
them,
I those horses.
if you were to guess, they probably came from Daggerfall.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I mean, they probably were in the city the entire time, and then just decided to cause chaos right now. You're also pretty sure that you're wrong.
Fair.
Well, while the fiddler's got everybody distracted there, I'm gonna go and check out the wagons too. Actually, can I get into the wagons, or are they like traveling wagons that have the doorway?
No, they're actually open top wagons. They're very simple, kind of like as you see here. You know, they are a flatbed with room for two to sit at the front.
Okay.
Looking at which one are you going to? Drag me or drag you to where you're going. Okay, so
This wagon.
this first one here, as you kind of look into it, you see 2 barrels and a crate.
Crate and barrel.
Yay!
Is there any kind of a
From the pit is the
smell?
crate and barrel.
Like would they carry wine or something like that that has an aroma to it? Or are there any markings?
Give me a perception check first.
Perception. Oh, of course.
The barrels smell like they have been pretty freshly cut. They smell like wood.
Awesome.
You're not really able to discern anything coming out of the inside of them. Nothing stronger than the wood smell that is overpowering it.
Okay.
Kind of like when you step into a cedar closet, sort of thing.
Oh.
okay. While I'm drinking with my new friend, does Croth notice any? Is this guy from Daggerfall? Like, is his dress from here, or does he look like he's from somewhere else? I'm assuming I need a perception.
Yes.
See if I can do anything. Where's my buttons?
Looking at them, some of the pieces of clothing might have been acquired from the city. However, it looks very well worn, very traveled. Nothing that would overtly say, "I just got this from the city." it's very well used.
Okay. Croth is gonna elbow him in the side, and you do not look like you are from here. Where are you from?
Oh, oh, you got quite a blow on you. Well, we come from all over, and we're currently, I think Stanimir said we're going to, what was the name? It starts with a B something. You'll have to ask him.
Is this Stan person? Are they your leader? Your boss? Who is Stan?
He's the leader of the caravan.
Stan, the leader of the caravan.
Yeah, his
Caravan man.
name is Stanimir, but I just call him Stan.
Which one is Stan?
He kind of looks up again a little bit, and it looks like both of them are over there. And he points over this direction to the older looking one of the bunch.
Croth nods at him, and then who is my closest compatriot? Who's closest to me? Who's this up here?
It looks like you've got Burton and Canoon close to you right now. They're the closest. Canoon up
Yes.
top and Burton to the right. And then Valrus is down lower south.
I guess I wouldn't see Burton because he's behind me, so I'm gonna walk 2 feet up, or whatever that is, up to Canoon and tell him, Soft Man said we should talk to Stan, who is ringleader for this party.
Okay, well, maybe he can tell me if they have any crackers. He looks over at the caravan and can't quite see anything. Go great with my grape juice. But anyways, yes, let's go.
You're taking communion around the campfire?
Pete, you let me know when they're done singing that song.
It would be probably around now that the first song's ending.
Okay.
Are these crates sealed, or can you just pop the top off?
They are sealed right now for travel. It's meant so that an odd cobblestone or rock wouldn't pop the top off as it's...
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is there a way to unseal them and reseal them so no one knows that they've been tampered with?
Well, there is a way. I believe you
rolling
should
well.
have. Yeah.
He's like, but I'm not gonna tell you.
You can always try.
Yep.
For you, that would be your thieves' tools. Are you proficient in your thieves' tools?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotta pick those locks.
Yep. So you would use your thieves' tools for something like this to try and pop the top and then reseal it without anything being noticed. Yeah, looking at it, you take a look at it, you work your tools amongst the edges. Are you going for the crate or the barrel?
The crate.
Okay, so we're going into the big section, not the tall section. Okay. The crate, you're able to work around the edge and you pop the corner of it up, which lifts one side of it. And inside you see what appears to be dried meats, maybe some cheeses.
Oh yum. I steal some cheese.
All right. Yep, you're able to grab a couple of handfuls of food, no problem, and then drop the lid back in place, and you think it looks pretty good.
Okay. All right. Then I'll move on to the other wagon and see if there's anything interesting there. And I'm trying to keep an eye on what's going on with the compatriots.
Sure. You're never going to find crackers. You realize this, right?
Can I see Sparkle? Technically, she's stealthing, isn't she?
I don't think Sparkle. Did you?
I never
say-
said I was stealthing. I'm just
Oh, okay.
doing the usual curious kid thing.
Yeah, she's just clambering around.
Okay. Well, in my character, I believe I would shout over to and be like, "Let me know if you see any crackers."
Uh,
Oh.
after the performance, Cicero will again do a flourish and a bow and say, "Who's in charge of this party here? Thank you for backing me up with your splendid song."
Ah, that would be me, young one. My name is Stanimir.
So now we're gonna kiss.
Kiss,
we
kiss,
both
fall in
we
love.
both move simultaneously. I'll go present myself before him. Again, give him a respectable bow and say, "Good evening. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Cicero."
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cicero, and thank you very much for playing along with our song. It's not every day that we are in a presence of such a master musician as yourself.
Your honeyed words do well for my soul. Thank you. Um, might I ask what this festivities is all about this evening?
Well, we're just passing through, and we like to take our time, gather the lay of the land, and enjoy fine wine, company, and entertainment while we stay in one place, never for too long.
Sounds reasonable. Do you have a idea as to how long you'll be staying in this space?
As long as is needed.
Fair enough. Well, if there's anything that we can do to help facilitate your expedited activities any quicker, we'd be happy to assist.
No, I think we'll probably be several more days. I would think. I see no reason to leave any quicker. The guards earlier seemed to enjoy our company and our wine just fine as well. Not hearing you.
I said, anyone else want to come and walk in on this conversation?
I do have a question. The Stan, is he human, elven, orcish? What's he look like?
Hang on here, the Vistania.
I believe the Festani are human.
I believe so too.
Yeah,
I just
mostly. Yeah, mostly
yeah,
there.
yeah, I just couldn't remember if they were variant or not. No, I believe they're just human. Yeah, he kind of looks like the magician in the Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Awesome.
Well, you all seem like a kind enough sort. I enjoy what you do here, what you have done. It is only fair that I should give you a fair warning that the Duchess has not been quite pleased with the activities of the last day or so.
Not pleased in what way? Her guards seemed happy enough.
Unfortunately, it seems that she was not pleased with her guard's pleasure.
Well, that would be, in my humble opinion, a mistake on her part.
Alas, you are on her lands, and her beliefs are her own way of doing
Believable.
things. Yes.
So while this conversation is going on, Croth is just kind of keeping an eye out for if anyone's looking at the conversation, like if they look,
Shifty.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah.
So
But
you
she's
don't
kind of
even
hanging
Sus?
out by the wagon.
you,
If
you
anyone
don't even
looking
need a
sus?
roll for this. Everybody is still doing what they're doing.
Okay,
They're
so
still
nobody
kind of
cares.
no. Stan's talking away, and everybody else is still carrying on with their merry selves.
Okay.
Stanimir, as I said, I do think that your lot here are definitely a enjoyable group of individuals, but it's only fair for me to let you know that if you do not move along shortly, the Duchess will turn her attention on this camp, and as the individual who I assume is in charge of all these others, it would be for their benefit that they are not put in harm's way.
Kanoon chimes in. Oh yes, no, and this is not the good kind of camp, not where you learn how to make Bavarian chocolate.
Food again.
Well, I do so love Bavarian chocolate. Well, we don't wish to make enemies of Lady Morwyn. How soon is she wanting us gone?
I believe by the time we would return to the castle, so after this conversation, if it behooves you, and at the very least, we will smooth things over with the Duchess. And if you come by here again in the future, that way there will be no ill will against either of you.
You'll need a permit next time, but yes,
Permit.
I have an agency for that.
Of course you do.
Well, I definitely didn't seek a permit this time, and the guards didn't have it. But regardless, the lady's wishes are the lady's wishes. Do not worry. We will be on our way, because, as I said, we have no wishes to make enemies of Lady Morwyn. But I do, pray tell, have a story to tell all of you, if you would indulge me. First you listen, and then we go?
That sounds fair. As long as there is a drink to be had as well.
Plenty of drink. Another barrel! And all of you, please gather around the fire.
As soon as I hear another barrel, I scramble underneath the wagon.
I was gonna say they're gonna go there. There's gonna be a little girl in the wagon.
She's over there like,
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I like kind of detect any sort of magic or stuff around this? I kind of want to do it slightly without drawing attention to it. I don't know if that requires like 2 rolls or something.
what are you looking for as far as Arcana? Are you looking for magical items, or?
Mostly, I'm looking to see if the beer is like enchanted or something, or like the other barrel they're bringing around.
Gotcha. No, go ahead. Roll an Arcana check.
It's like a real casual metal detector.
Yeah.
Yeah, are these guys armed? Are they wearing armor, or are they just wearing normal clothing and have just like a dagger on their hip, or do they have their bow laying at their feet, or weapon ready to be drawn? How are they so far as that?
Right now, they do have traveling clothes on, leather over most of them. They are armed with some sort of curved sword. Some of them appear to have crossbows, but nothing overly heavy. Just kind of what you would expect from a traveling caravan. And with a 5 Arcana check,
Yeah, I'm not rolling well tonight.
I mean, nothing magical.
Not even that dragon sitting in the middle of the bonfire.
I find the sunset to be magical.
When the sun hits those hills. They swing.
Who's this person that's sitting next to me, Pete?
That is a female Vistani.
Okay,
Vistana, not the plural.
gotcha. All right.
A Bavarian.
I'm gonna get set up. I'm gonna sit up right next to him so I have a front row center seat for the story.
Okay. And as you all come close to the fire, everybody else is also coming close to it as well, as if they've heard this before, but everybody's ready for story time.
Can I hear from under the wagon, or do I have to get closer?
So as you're sitting under the wagon, you just hear, "Come, come, child. You can listen to the story as well."
I grab my cheese and my dolly, and I kind of like casually saunter forward, looking around, taking everything in.
I'm gonna like turn around and see the Sparkle and be like, "Oh, you came too?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, well, silly me."
Hello.
Hi. That's story time.
So Stanimir fills his mouth with wine, then spits it into the fire. The flames turn from orange to green as they dance and sway. A dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing into his side. Stanimir continues, One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back toward his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet we didn't give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. Deep in the bonfire, you see the dark figure standing with sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. This man of royal blood fought to protect us as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish. Leave when you choose and know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find such heroes, such as yourselves, to end our dreadlord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest. Our leader, Madame Ava, knows all. Will you return to Barovia with us and speak with her?
Cicero takes a deep drink from his goblet before he turns to Stanimir and says, Barovia, you say?
Barovia.
Road trip.
I
Do you have beer there?
Where do you think this wine came from?
Valorous takes a sip and says, well, I have to go then.
Sorry, that was Madame Ava.
Madame Ava, yes.
What sort of curse has befallen your... What did you call him? A dreadlord?
Oh, yes, that's a good question. Good question.
Yes, the prince, we don't know what kind of curse, but it's turned him into a tyrant.
Tyrant against his own people, or...
Against all, any who should oppose him.
But this individual gives you all free reign to come and go as you please because of the assistance you gave him in the past.
He owes us what you would call a life debt.
Guess that worked out for you all then.
But we do not take his kindness lightly. We do not... what's the word? We do not...
Take it for granted?
We do not take it for granted.
Enough. And if we do this, we go and are able to put this Dreadlord's soul to rest. The rest of the individuals of this, again, you said Barovia, would be in a better situation.
They would be free. Wait, alignment check.
I'm a good character.
I don't want you to all play off of your alignments like to the core, but I'm curious now because I didn't ask beforehand. What is everybody's alignment?
I'm neutral good. So I don't care about the other stuff, but the good, yeah.
I
I
had
got this
Oh, good.
chaotic neutral.
Lawful neutral.
Sparkle's chaotic good.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good.
So many edgelords.
I don't follow the rules.
Frying pans. Who knew?
Yeah, the lawful part of mine is literally just whatever the rest of the party is.
Alright,
Well,
per agency guilding.
I wish
I-
you all had a lawful good paladin. I just wish you all had one.
Like, what did I get myself into?
I
Well-
personally would be worth looking into this.
Croth is going to pull a paper from her bag and show it to him and ask Stan, where you are from, have you seen the symbol in your lands? Pete, you would know what it is.
So he takes the paper and looks at it and says, "Me, not personally, but Madame Ava knows all. She would have the answers you seek."
I hate to be an individual that's on the side of a devil, but if Mata Eva knows all, then why has she not been able to lift this curse on this Dreadlord?
Knowledge does not always equal power.
Okay. That's a good answer.
She is quite knowledgeable.
Well, I know that if there's an entire kingdom of individuals that are suffering, and for no other reason besides that, I would definitely be interested in going to Barovia.
And because he is interested, I am interested. I never said Kanoon was socially competent.
So that's three of you.
All right. I will go and talk to your Madam Ava. I have exhausted my questions in this land for answers I seek. And if you can promise more wine, that'll
would-
that'll help too.
Plenty of wine. We'll even leave a barrel for you.
Another question. If your group is the only one that can come and go, what happens if we go with you? How do we get back here?
We would return you.
But only after this Dreadlord's curse is rectified.
That would be also up to Madame Eva.
Okay.
Well, this definitely intrigues me, and I am more than willing to go with the group.
Yes, and if nothing else, I believe I can obtain us an annual caravan pass. I have one from the local guild, and it's good around most country places.
Fantastic.
Excuse me, kind sir.
Yes, young one.
Where is this Barovia which you speak? I've never heard the like.
Many people haven't. It's not on most maps. Most people don't travel there. Not any longer. It usually takes several days.
And you go by land, not by boat?
By land.
Oh, that sounds fun. I think I shall go with you.
So you're all agreed then?
Oh,
Sounds
yes,
like-
yes, I'll go.
Aye.
Sounds like we've
Yes.
struck an accord.
A Wyrmrest Accord.
Then we have an accord.
Da-da-da.
Hey, you can take inspiration for that one. I approve of that one right there.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
So
Oh,
then we will be off with you, and the Duchess will also be pleased.
the Duchess will be pleased, and pray tell that you'll be able to ease our Dreadlord's suffering.
I don't know the matter of this curse, but if for nothing else, I'm sure that a nice song might assist.
Music soothes the soul. This is true.
Or a good ale.
Or good ale.
So, real quick, how far away is the Duchess from where we are outside of town? Like, is it like super far?
Probably a good 15 minutes to get back in and get to her.
Yeah, but they gotta they probably gotta pack everything up and get ready to go. So we probably have a little bit of time.
Yeah, because Croth wouldn't be comfortable just leaving without at least telling the Duchess
Yeah.
what's going on, because that
Oh,
she
yeah.
essentially hired us to come talk to these people. So
They gotta put out the big ass fire. They gotta get all the horses off the tree. It's a whole process. It will take at least 20 minutes.
It would take at least a good 20 to 30 minutes.
See?
Probably by walking, it would be about a good 30 minutes.
One thing quick, just out of character for Sparkle. Did you ever say what color your eyes were?
They're green.
Okay.
oh, Croth also has green eyes.
Awesome.
I didn't.
Not that you would see them at your height.
No.
They're like
But
an emerald
you do
tree.
have you do have a little spot of dirt or dust on your knee.
Yeah.
For Croth,
Yeah.
he likes it there.
Saving it for later.
Stanimir, then, if you'd like to prepare your individuals here, we will go report to the Duchess that everything will be copacetic, as it were, and we will be back momentarily.
We shall prepare and be ready to leave within the hour.
As I said, in time for dessert. Let's head back.
Ooh, dessert. Ooh, let's go.
So you head back to we'll call it manor, I guess is probably the best way of putting this local duchy. And by the time you get there, the local dessert pastries have been set out and are waiting. And as you walk in, most of the crowd is already dispersed for this dinner. However, the Duchess is just sitting there twirling a spoon and a cup of tea and says, "Well, I've been waiting to see if you would live up to your word."
I am a man, if not anything else, as of results.
And I
Vistani,
too am a man, a human male.
Yes, you are indeed a male.
the Vistani will be vacating your lands momentarily, within the hour.
That is spectacular news. I was not sure that you'd be able to do it.
Anything's passable with the power of music.
So there was no violence, no bloodshed for us to have to clean?
Unfortunately, not.
Yes.
Fortunately for my guards, not.
Everything has been resolved, as we said.
Very good. When do you depart with them, or are you escorting them out, I'm assuming?
We'll be escorting them out of your lands as well within the hour.
Spectacular. Just what I wanted to hear. Well then, have some dessert on me.
So
Dessert!
kind. So kind.
Thank you.
It
thank
is
you.
a cracker-based dessert.
It is cakey. It
Oh
is
my goodness.
cakey. It is fluffy and light and covered with a sugar-based glaze that just sticks in the throat as it goes down.
Is there more booze in place of dessert?
There is also plenty of booze.
Yeah, Cross
Is
would go
this-
for the booze as well.
is this-
She wouldn't go for the sweets.
Yeah, too sweet for Burton. He likes
Yeah,
the bitter
Same
stuff.
for Val.
Is this silver? Is this silver? Real silver?
What happened?
She said, "Is this silver real silver?"
Oh,
Oh,
It does appear to be silver.
Do they have nice cloth napkins?
The cloth napkins are actually monogrammed with the Duchess's initials on them.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if she's going to be opposed, but I'm going to put my sweet roll in that and sort of wrap it up for later, like an elven bread. It's going to be a long journey.
She doesn't seem to pay any mind.
Great. I'm going to write down that I have a sweet roll.
Yeah, sweet roll and a napkin.
Correct.
Blue, are you stealing some silver?
I'm going for the knives.
Bend the knives, blunt the forks.
Does Croth see her do this?
That would
I'm
be
gonna be
stealth
as stealthy as
Yeah,
possible.
that'll be a stealth versus a perception.
You do have that
All right.
bird's eye view. You've got that overhead
I
advantage.
do. Let's see how perceptive she is of what's going on.
Probably won't be.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Oh, nope. I
That's a
see
stealth roll.
nothing.
Oh, no, that pastry is just about as big as Sparkle.
I could actually lean over past her and grab the knife on the other side.
Yeah.
I do try and be as discreet as possible.
Now, what
Definitely.
you need to do is when we get into combat, throw the knives on the ground, and then Luth will cast Catapult.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for her bag to accidentally tip over to see what else is in there.
Considering she doesn't have a bag of holding.
Right? Like, is she eating all this food and then saving room for all the loot?
Hey, weight encumbrance is a thing. Just remember this. So you are able to acquire a full set of silver utensils.
All right.
I mean, she did send us on a quest, and we didn't really get paid, so the food was good though.
Mm-hmm.
I've been paid in yum yum.
Food, dessert, wine. I mean,
Yeah.
napkin.
Wonderful.
Napkin.
What more do you need?
Napkin.
Well, then, I guess after dessert, it's time to bid her adieu.
So the Duchess bids you farewell and good luck on your journey. As you head back out and you join back up, the caravan is already ready to go. They have everything packed up, lashed down. The fire has been completely put out, and they are all just carrying walking torches. There is a single torch mounted to each wagon as well, and the individual members are either walking or some of them are riding the wagons and are ready to go.
Oh, what a cute kitty.
That's Aurora. Can you guess what my other cat's name is?
Shadow.
Borealis.
Oh, Shadow.
I was gonna guess Carl, but okay.
Oh, because it's my character's name.
That's her character's name. It's Nico's character's priest, right?
Correct. Yeah, Aurora Shadow.
Yeah.
See, if I had actually looked in Discord, I might have guessed that. All right. So, was anybody needing to do anything or say anything before we leave the city?
I'm good. Sorry, I just need a quick minute, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I might
Yeah,
I might go
actually-
grab a drink real quick too.
Yes. Why don't we
And
take a
I
quick
need to. Yeah,
take a quick 5-minute do a bio?
All right.
exactly. And
Sounds
during that
good, sounds
time,
good.
Kanan gives his 5-point review on the cake.
IT, can we get the "We'll be right back" screen thrown up? All right. So you have now joined up with the caravan. We are discussing food, wine, pleasantries. The travel actually does take several days as they lead you down south on the trade route. I'm sorry, the trade way. Let me get the proper name for the path going there. And after several days of uneventful travel, there's no hiccups, no anything on the way. All of a sudden, the caravan just seems to march and walk right into a ever growing dense fog bank. The caravan doesn't stop. Everybody keeps moving, walking, marching, riding straight through. They don't seem really concerned about the fog bank until it starts to clear on the other side. And upon clearing on the other side, they continue to carry on down the path and keep on walking through until eventually you see a camp out on the way, and the caravan makes its way to the camp. On here, let me see if this is actually a thing or if I need to make it because I didn't look that far ahead.
The geographic location of that fog, was it, were we like walking through a street? Was it just like a road, or was it like over like some kind of mound or a mountain?
So think like you're going down the streets of San Francisco when all of a sudden a Bay Area fog just falls on the city.
Gotcha. And what is the does sound travel very much during this location?
When you're in the fog, it does not travel as well because the fog seems to mute it. But once you're on the other side, the sound kind of picks up a little again. The weather does appear to be a little bit gloomier on the other side of the fog bank, a little bit dimmer, more. You kind of just walked into a Tim Burton movie.
Oh,
Sleepy
okay. I was
Hollow.
just wanted to make sure we weren't on a Silent Hill, but
No, there's no air raid sirens. You see a man with a
yes.
pyramid mask, and he's dragging this big old
I'm
sword.
just
behind
chewing. I'm just chewing that one over.
him. All right, let me look
Well.
for this thing here.
Now, as we've been traveling, we've been, getting to talk amongst each other and getting to know each other a little bit better. How is Luth dressed? Because, like, Sparkle is just fascinated by tieflings. So she keeps going over and looking him up and down. Like, she wants to ask him some questions, but she's too shy to say anything.
Just to make sure, because you kind of broke up halfway through that on my end.
Oh,
You
sorry.
say looking him up and down or licking him up and down? Because this is very specific right now, and I couldn't hear
I'm
it.
thinking
might have to
looking
fade to
would be
black.
better.
Yeah.
That's what the fog's for.
Oh, my.
Well, she's a
Uh,
10-year-old girl. Damn it.
Sure, she is.
Valorous is dressed sort of in like kind of plain traveling leathers, like nothing too kind of just fairly sort of, I would say, normal clothes for any sort of kind of middle class person sort of thing.
But he's not dressed like an armor and a helmet or anything like that.
No, nothing like that. He's just like just a traveling. He looks like he's a brewmaster, so he sort of just looks like a traveling guilds person sort of thing.
At
Now,
this
does he-
point, would we know that you're a brewmaster? Like, would you have shared that with us as a group?
Yeah. Like that would be the context you would know him as.
Yeah, throughout this travel, this would be the apt time for characters to fill each other in on their backgrounds, etc., so on and so forth, including a mysterious 7th traveler that is also with you that just so happens to not be online tonight due to the unforeseen difficulties of some information technology problem.
Which is also another tiefling.
Yeah. One's purple. I don't know the other tieflings. Skin color.
Do they have horns?
Some do.
Yeah, some are horny, some are.
Oh, Lord.
I believe Lou said he was because he wanted to make
Yep.
that comment, though.
I mean, yes, exactly.
I just
So-
beat you to it. Is that what
I'll work it in a pun at some point.
There you
So
go.
Luth does have horns?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just for my mental picture, are they like full on like Illidan horns going on, or you got like
No,
little...
more compact. Like they sort of like roll back a bit.
Kind of like ram's horns?
Yeah, sort of think somewhere about maybe halfway between Illidan and little pointy devil horns.
Okay.
Like if you look at my token picture, that would be pretty accurate in terms of size and shape.
Oh, okay.
Since Canoon seems the most responsible other individual, Cicero would probably ask. Cicero would probably ask him at some point, Are you concerned that we're bringing a small child to an area that is run by a dreadlord?
I hadn't thought about that. Then again, it's pretty common in our thing. I mean, last time I went out with the youngest Chikun father, he went on rat slaying. There was a local brew place that needed some rats slain. I've got to think of it. I haven't seen him in a few years, but anyways, yeah, I don't understand the question.
Must have been a lot of rats.
Was that the last level of shenanigans you were up to?
I'm not sure actually, and you know what is interesting, I'm really looking forward to this place we're going, because supposedly I know that at least Kanun the 4th, 5th, and Aro the 3rd also went here, so I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how they're doing.
Maybe they've set up enterprises in there.
Well, exactly. I mean, I would be curious, and I would want to tell them how Chikun the 4th and Bantha Fader the 8th are also doing.
Oh, that's funny.
You could have franchises that you don't even know about.
Well, exactly. And so, as of right now, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we have Bantha Fader the 7th with us as a filler whilst we wait for this supposed extra adventurer who's with us. And so, in the meantime, he'll just be hanging out. So pay no mind. He's only here until our more permanent adventurer comes.
Mr. Foder is also wearing a red shirt, just for reference.
Yes.
I think I will ask the girl herself then.
Ethics is not my strong suit.
Yeah, I'll go talk to Sparkle.
Scones, on the other hand.
Hello there.
Hello. How you doing?
Fine.
Are you enjoying our travels? It seems quite nice here. A little misty, perhaps.
I am. I always like the road, and I like being able to spend it with good individuals.
Oh, yes, they are the nicest, are they not? They're so generous with their food. And the wine is quite good, do you not think?
I do think so. I think that these are very kind individuals, and if it was not for their kindness, then they probably would not have a dreadlord that is ruling their area.
Such a sad story.
Speaking of stories. Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, sorry, are we all within earshot of this conversation?
Yeah, I mean, we're not that far away.
I think it would just kind of, I won't say anything, but it just kind of piques Burton's curiosity that the child mentioned how good the wine tasted.
She can see over the bar.
So I won't say anything out loud, but he'll kind of just he's more inquisitive on listening to eavesdropping, I guess, on this conversation.
Speaking of stories, are you willing to share anything of yours?
Perhaps. What is it you wish to know, sir?
Seems peculiar to me that a child would sign up for going into a one-way trip, as it were, dealing with a probable dreadlord and a very, very dangerous situation, all things considered.
Child? You think I'm a child? Oh, yeah, of course, the dress, the pinafore. Actually, I'm not a child. I am 23 years old. I just dress that way so the Duchess is a little bit more lenient on me if I should accidentally get into, should we say, an unfortunate situation. She has a weakness for children. She takes in orphans, and from what I understand, she's been very kind to the street urchins as well. So I'm not really a kid.
All right. Well, I feel better-ish about this situation.
No, I'm so sorry if you felt misled. No. I'm actually I'm 23,
Right.
and I'm not a human. I'm a gnome.
Ah,
But don't tell anyone.
I'm very good at keeping secrets. It's something that I like to do.
Well, I'm glad you're convinced. Oh, that's wonderful.
Is Croth within earshot of this? Like, where am I? Where this is
Unless
happening?
unless you all are actively trying to be quiet, this is all pretty easily heard from all members of the
Okay.
walking party.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep my voice down, but I still want them to. I still want Nico's character.
You
to
could
hear
you
what I'm
could whisper
saying,
the
not
part about being a
broadcast it
gnome
across
if
the-
you want.
After the mention of wine, Burton has definitely been attentively eavesdropping on them.
Look around. Is anybody else listening? Like, I don't want the Vistani to find out.
Croth is.
All of the Vistani can hear you.
Oh, Lord.
Canun is. Do you want me to hear? I can turn around.
I have this cotton. Why does Canun remind me of Kronk?
Yeah, Kronk, Boyle.
My spinach puffs!
My spinach puffs, exactly.
I won't tell anyone, but I'm not quite sure if that will still be a secret, all things considered, as I look around.
So, Sparkle, are you in a wagon or are you walking with us?
I don't think we're
I'm-
allowed in the wagons.
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm
That's a
walking
good
along.
question.
It rotates throughout, so people can rest, people can walk. It's very common caravan. There's always a rotation going on to make sure that everybody's able to get some time to rest while other people walk.
So my
Got
grape
it.
juice is just spilling everywhere.
Except Stan. Stan is always riding in the front wagon at all times. Because
As is his right, he has a handicap on it.
he's the leader and he's also named. So
He
Got a permit for it.
He does.
He
He
got a
hangs
permit.
it. He hangs it on the wagon.
yeah.
I'll say for the most part as well, Burton prefers to be walking instead of in the wagon, just because he does a lot of agility and dexterous training as his monk. I
Tell
guess.
me you're shadow boxing in the fog.
Well, Sparkle, I definitely feel much better about the fact that you aren't a child, and I assume you have some means to protect yourself as well.
Oh yes. I have my stick. I've got this big walking stick that I have. Sometimes I lean on it like it's a crutch. And then she kind of opens her cloak a little bit and shows that she's got a short sword on her hip.
Oh.
It's kind of more towards the backish, so if she's sneaking, it doesn't get in the way.
Good. Well, that's one thing I'll sleep better about at night. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Any other questions, just let me know. I mean, I don't mean to deceive you.
No, by all means. I was just concerned that we were bringing a child into possible certain doom, and I wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case. And now I
So-
feel better.
Good.
Croth
good.
is like super kind of excited right now, like happy, and I'm gonna walk up behind
Cicero?
Cicero. Thank you. I was looking at how do I pronounce that? And I am just going to full on slap you on the back and just go, gnomes. I love gnomes.
I look around.
And
like,
she's
"Did
gonna
you
keep
hear that?"
just kind of keep walking.
Oh.
Friends everywhere we go.
All right. Well, the reading must commence.
Okie dokie.
All right. So the road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above.
Pete, we lost your video.
Yes, I've now taken up as the. Oh darn! I was the DM for a moment.
And everybody gains 5 levels now.
Look at all this gold.
Thanks,
and
Kronk.
And they
the
get crackers.
gourmand fee.
Exactly.
And the
But no
gourmand
Food
fee.
initiative.
No crackers still. I mean, that's
I cast create crackers. No.
There you go.
Oh god. There is a clearing here. Well, that's ominous. There is a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside of a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons, much similar to the ones you're riding in. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. And map change.
It's black.
Hold, please.
Yeah, same.
I'll say that the one good thing about COVID is bringing people like this together to play in D&D. Like, I love it because we all live so far from each other.
True.
Indeed. I guess that's also what MMOs are for, and that's part of the reason I joined them. Even though I'm like literally not playing WoW right now, other than the auction house.
You are. You're making money, damn it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
You're
call you
playing it-
Hanover Fist.
Can you all see this or no?
Nope.
No, sir.
Okay, we're going to
No.
run into this problem with every single freaking page.
Perfect.
It seems to be a trend with Roll20. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like, but then once it gets rolling, it's rolling. But there's always just that initial hump where it's like, why is everything dark?
Shozo, I think I'm gonna get the Sky Golem just so I don't have to like get unmounted when I go for my herbs all the time.
It's
'Cause I
so
just-
worth it.
There you go.
I'm so frustrated being like, and now I mount up again, and now I go 10 more
Wait.
feet.
The Sky Golem
If-
lets you stay mounted?
Yeah.
For urban,
For
yeah.
herbs,
When you
not
collect
for anything
herbs
else.
only.
If you want, I'm gonna buy 2 of them next time because I have been saving up gold and I've got enough time. So I'm gonna buy 1 for me and then 1, maybe 2 for guild giveaways on
How
guild
much
meetings.
are they?
80 grand.
They
It's-
vary. I think the last I saw they were around 40 to 60K.
They're about
Really?
1 gold token.
Yeah, I'll just keep them. I'll just keep an eye on them with the thing. I'm just buying a bunch of random stuff. So
Yeah,
If
'cause I was
you-
gonna say,
I saw them. Sorry.
we all
So
just
if either of you,
literally.
if either of you pick one up from the auction house for the guild, I'll pay for half of whatever it is.
Well, depending on what the mats are, I can probably make them.
Pandaria Engineering, I think.
Yeah. I think
Because if it's something that's just
have
like
to check-
easily,
Uh-huh.
sorry. If it's something that's easily grindable with, because I've got Skinner's herbs, I've got pretty much all the gathering professions. So if it's something like that, I'm more than willing to spend a few hours in Pandaland just picking stuff up.
I think the one thing about it is I feel like it requires something something that takes like a
A
daily
core.
like a daily cooldown or something.
Right. Like the energized
Wild
batteries.
Sands kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I think it's got a quest. I
For
think it's-
anybody
yeah.
who's not in our guild, we're talking about World of Warcraft.
sorry.
Yeah, I can check next time I'm on Lygia. I'll check, but I'm pretty sure she can make them. I'll have to see what the mats are, though. I think there's one thing that does require a cooldown, but I might have that already. So
Yeah,
I
they
can check
need,
that for you.
I'll
Can
just
you all
post
see the
this.
map yet?
No,
Negative, dude.
Damn this!
Oh, that's why we're filibustering.
exactly. In the meantime, I
something-
go to ask.
something moved on my side.
Yeah.
Same.
The
In the meantime, I
black-
go to ask Sparkle. So, quick question regarding your you. What hobbies do you have?
I like to dance.
Okay.
Those kind of hobbies, you mean? Or do you mean
do you practice botany?
no? But I do like to read a lot. I study.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
wasn't
find
sure if you were
magic.
dealing with the garden gnome or not.
No, I'm a forest gnome, actually.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You do notice that she has been paying particular attention to any of the small animals that are in the camp as we walk in, looking at the like dogs and cats and stuff, and she kind of like waves to them like they're friends, like a little kid does. You know, they kind of do the hip wave. They wave their hands
Ooh,
at
I
hip level
see a
to
token
wave.
of Burton on the map now.
Oh,
Everything
yep.
else is still black.
Oh, I see my token.
Oh, cool.
Would you happen to know the Elf House Keebler by chance?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of them.
Shame.
I
Funny.
think they ring a bell to me. I believe they make excellent cookies. Do they not?
They do. They do. I've tried to sell have them start selling crackers because they're very close. They're very
I see,
very
yeah.
similar, but you know.
Burton and I traveled with a gnome named Keebler.
Yeah, I was just
Oh.
that makes me raise my eyebrows. Very like,
Well,
We
there
can
you
see
go.
it,
I
Pete.
see the map.
Hey.
Awesome.
Horse.
What did I
Oh my-
do? I did something right, apparently.
horse.
I see lots of horses.
Horse.
Okay.
Those horses make
I
me
know what I
really
did now.
uncomfortable.
Apparently,
Like-
I can't enforce line of sight because apparently line of sight means you can't see shit.
That's what I was saying. I don't like that option because sometimes it's just blocked by the stupidest thing. Like, oh, there's a tiny pebble in the way. And
Well,
it's
it's
like, I didn't know that.
automatically, but it's automatically enabled for some reason, and I can't
Oh,
figure
that's
out how
lame.
to. Yeah,
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just play it and just ignore the fact that we can see things because I can totally just. Canoon is just gonna go do his thing, which is very likely walk through a door, whether or not that's helpful.
well, I removed the one thing you can't see, so pretend you didn't see that for half of a second.
Okay.
There you go.
So
I
I'd like to
pretty much
investigate the tent for no reason.
you fail.
Where's our stand?
Yes,
Oh.
you're still in the wagons. You're riding up. Brother.
Okay.
This is all y'all riding up. I'm just not dragging everything from the other map onto here.
Got it. So we're meeting with Madame Eva.
Yes, Madame Eva is actually back in her tent right now. You feel free to carry on amongst the encampment or go visit her immediately.
Is
Are
there
they
any
having a
reason for us
party
not to?
like the other guys were? Like in this or like this encampment that we're at?
Yeah, you actually hear an accordion playing at this camp along with the songs.
Okay, you had mentioned that.
Like, are we invited? Because I'm real uncomfortable with just like showing up to a party, no invite.
I mean,
permit.
technically, we're in with the co-host.
You were literally brought to this party. I mean, you got like
Okay,
Ubered
okay,
for
so it's
free.
like okay, okay. I just want to clarify we're getting in. Like the bouncer's not going to stop us or.
No, the
throw us.
VIP tape got pulled right up.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Now the people at the encampment are they what is their general like mood and appearance? Are they like clean and cheerful, or do they look like they haven't eaten in a while? Are they emaciated or dirty, or just a general looking around? What's the camp like? How is it kept? How are the people kept? What's their kind of what's the mood in the air kind of like?
It's all pretty much a very similar mood to what you encountered outside of the duchy earlier. Just more of an established camp versus a traveling caravan.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to what was his name? Is Stan what?
Stan Emir?
Stanimir, yep.
Stanimir. Let's say Stanimir. So we are going to be meeting with Madame Eva. Are we already in Barovia?
We have passed through into Barovia. Yes, we just passed the border early yesterday.
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the people. Did anyone notice anything that seemed like we passed through to another area? It just seemed like we walked along the road.
Yeah, seemed rather fast.
It just seems like we. Yeah, seems like we followed down trade way to me.
Yeah, and if
Nothing
Barovia is
new of the
not
sort.
Barovia is not on any maps, like you said, how did we just walk down the pathway and
The area
end up there?
surrounding us look
You cut up there, Fizz.
different, though.
I don't know. Perhaps the kingdom
I've
itself
never
is
read
very.
this in any of my books. Sorry,
Nope,
is that
you're-
better?
You're still a little choppy, but yeah.
Perhaps the kingdom is very Wally.
The kingdom of lag.
Was it? Did it? Did it have something to do with that thick fog that we walked through?
Fog is quite common in the lands of Bavaria. God damn it. Just whatever. Bavaria, Barovia, you get the picture. We're in Strahd Town.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
so when we walked into the fog, it brought us to Barovia.
We did seem to pass through fog this time coming through.
But that's not always the case.
No, seems to more often than not, but no.
Just peculiar way to travel, I suppose.
You don't have any border controls or anything
Any
like that.
walls?
No, we allow free immigration through, and well, we come back out, and we have fair passage amongst these lands.
If
Fair.
we were to go back, would we be able to leave?
Well, we would have had to take you back, but we're not due to return for quite some time.
I believe we said we would speak with this Madame Ava before any of those conversations continued. Which tent is hers?
The one by the river and the horses.
I don't know if anyone wants to look around the camp or if we all would like to head there, but I think it makes sense that we do our business here.
I went 2 hours ago. I'm fine.
Oh lordy.
Here's my bathroom shovel.
I'm gonna when they start heading that way, I'm gonna follow them and try and stay like a step behind and a little bit in the shadows so people don't notice me so much.
Hey Pete, is this a feasible way, or do we have to? Are we going through the camp?
They are pulling up to the camp right now and then parking, essentially becoming these 3 wagons because I'm
Oh,
not dragging
okay.
wagons on.
Okay, so we can walk through these people without causing a commotion, so to speak.
Yeah, they're allowing you free passage through the camp. Nobody's barring your way. Nobody's stopping you. They seem pretty free spirited.
Okay. All right, then we head to the tent.
Okay. So as you come to the tent, magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, reveals a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. And if you think I can keep that voice up, you got another thing coming.
It's a shame we can't stay.
Sparkle's here, right?
Yeah, I'm towards the back.
I'm gonna say, Sparkle. She gives your laugh a run for its money.
What?
You're- exactly.
Oh my.
I think that means we should go inside.
I kind of slip inside.
Sparkles.
Hello. How are you, dear
Quite well. How's that
ladyship?
silverware treating you?
It's good. It's good. It's nice quality. It's a good souvenir.
I thought so as well. Cicero?
I'll walk in behind her.
Is
Bow.
that handkerchief still treating you well?
How does
It's
she know
still-
my name?
It is still containing the pastry, yes, ma'am.
The pastry's probably no good by now.
It's been 3 days.
It's probably been about 4 or 5 days at this point.
I can
It's
go
a
feed-
rock.
It's
I
a
can-
weapon now.
I can soak it in milk.
Does 1d3 bludgeoning damage. So Madame Eva continues to then, as each individual comes through, speak to each one of you and recounting the things that you have brought along the way, have done in the past, regarding Cross taking of the doggy bag full of soup, taking through every single brief adventure that you've come along the way as you enter into this place. And she just looks at you all and just says, "Would you like me to read your fortunes now?"
Well,
It's like,
apparently you read my blog, so I'm I'm very, very pleased right now. No,
The
thank you.
blog
I'm
is the
good.
past. I'm asking about the future.
You seem very well equipped to do so. I think it would be foolish if we didn't.
Yes, it would be. Sit.
Valorous just sort of hangs back for a second. How much is this going to cost exactly?
Valrus, no more than what you deem need to pay.
All right then. He
This
sort of
seems to be
moves
one of
forward.
those things where we're going to find out the price after.
Plus tip. Sit. So at this point, Madame Eva, or you're assuming is Madame Eva because nobody's actually asked her name, produces a deck of very worn cards and proceeds to shuffle these cards, separate part of the deck from the other part, so you have two uneven stacks right next to each other. She then proceeds to shuffle part of the deck on the left, part of the deck on the right, and starts laying out these cards in a like an addition symbol in mathematics, and begins reading through them one by one. And you'll have to hold because now I have to look for my notes.
While this is happening, Cross looks very uncomfortable with all of this.
Canoon sits cross-legged, waiting.
I gaze into the crystal ball.
Cicero smiles, appreciating the spectacle and the entertainment value of it.
Canoon also just asks real quick to clarify, what is your name?
I'm Madame Eva, child. You knew this.
Yes, of course. I expected your land to be more Wally, Eva.
We don't believe in walls here. Walls don't work. The first, the thief. What you seek lies at the crossroads of life and death amongst the buried dead.
Turn around, stab Jozo. I'm just kidding. All right, get it for us.
This sounds ominous.
The second, the berserker. Find the mad dog's crypt. The treasure lies within, beneath blackened bones.
Am I gonna die?
So,
Not yet. Third, the healer.
Wait. You said the treasure lies beneath whose bones?
blackened,
Blackened.
Beneath blackened bones. Pay attention.
like the fish.
Salmon. Third, the healer. Look to the west. Find a pool blessed by the light of the white sun.
That one doesn't sound so bad.
Fourth, the beast. A wolf holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use her hatred to your advantage. Five, the important, the artifact. He lurks in the darkness where the morning light once shone. This is a sacred place.
I mean, the morning light is in my bedroom every day, so maybe we gotta go there.
Yes, it's in your bedroom.
Okay,
So
I'll eat your fish.
we talked to Stanimir, and he said that you might give us some information on how to deal with or save the soul of this dreadlord. Was that what all that was?
Your fortune is your future. Everything you need to know, I have told you.
Madam Ava, which was I?
You are you.
For the cards, do they speak to each one of us or as a group?
Yes.
I am confused.
I am not surprised.
I am Kanoon.
I believe if
I am Ava.
I believe the easiest way to explain it, Croft, would be a single stitch is itself, but a single stitch is also a blanket.
These aren't stitches, these are cards, you moron.
Oh.
And where does Lilo come into all of this?
That
Disney jokes.
she grew up long ago.
Okay. Kroth is gonna take out the same paper that I showed to Stan. Does this mean anything to you
I have seen this before.
in these lands?
Once.
What can you tell me of this mark?
They pass through similar to how you pass through now.
Are they still here?
That I cannot answer.
Who would have these answers?
Likely the Dreadlord.
Probably have a good idea if people are passing in where people are in his lands.
I take the paper back and I put it back in my bag.
Can you explain to us any more about this curse that is on this dreadlord? Stanimir did not quite specify.
It has turned him from a hero to a tyrant, as many nobles do. It has poisoned his mind, and he needs rid of it.
But he was a hero once before?
He's a hero still now. Good does not make one a hero.
Where can we find your dreadlord?
That I do not have the answer to right now. However, I believe you already have the answers to which you ask.
So we're in
Oh my god,
Barovia.
one of us is the Dreadlord.
So we're,
None of us are named Jaina.
so we're in Barovia right now, and your group of individuals, these Vistani, are travelers around this land, correct?
This is correct.
Do you have a map?
A map?
Yes, because we don't know where we're going.
Not currently, but I believe you need to follow the road up further for that.
Okay. Gives us a heading at least.
There should be a town farther up the way. A village. Barovia. Ironic. Yes.
Barovia Village?
I was gonna say,
Yes.
wait, is it a town or a village? Because it can't be both. That's
It can be both.
That's patently ridiculous.
geographically. I'm just what was the last census? How many people are living in this so-called place? I need to.
More
Yeah,
than
'cause I think,
five,
like,
less than 500. Take your pick.
Okay, and is there any level of infrastructure? Because this will change the matter of whether it's classified as a town or a village. But
They have production. They have. Yes, just move on.
I'm sure you could take it up with the census individuals at the town.
Yes.
Yes,
I live in
we'll
a
find the
tent.
town hall.
Kanoon, why don't you ask to see if Madam Eva knows where any of your family members are?
Oh, yes. Madam Eva, I was wondering, I have had many a family member travel through this Bavarian food stand of sorts, and I was wondering if you might have heard of one of my any of my brothers, Kanoon the Fourth, Fifth,
Yes.
or perhaps.
Yes,
What? No,
Oh, you have.
yes,
Where are they?
not here.
Well, you are as helpful as everyone else who's ever told me.
They went
Uh,
farther up the path.
Ah,
Seems like
okay.
that's
Well,
the-
supposedly I may in fact find them. Good to know.
If they're up the path.
that seems
Did they seem to be in good mood?
Yes. The
And
fifth one was drunk.
Ah. And did they have crackers?
The fourth.
You and the
Ah, okay. Oh, the fourth always made the best crackers. One day I hope to eat those again.
You'll
maybe-
find no crackers here. We don't carry crackers.
I need a moment.
Does anyone else have any questions for Madam Eva?
No, while everybody's doing all the talking and stuff, I keep staring intently into the crystal ball to see if I can get an image of something.
What you see is a swirling mist, and it just keeps swirling and swirling and swirling ever into a unending spiral that it just seems to close your gaze farther and farther and farther, and then resets itself farther and farther and farther. You seem to find yourself locked into a gaze with this crystal ball.
Ooh.
Okay. Is there any food in this tent with her, or is it just the crystal ball and her and table cards?
Table,
No
cards,
crackers, I
ball,
can tell
crazy
you that.
lady.
At this point, Croth is bored. I'm gonna walk out of the tent and go outside.
Okay. Outside, you find wine, singing, music, merriment.
She's going for the wine and
Right?
merrymenting.
Merrymenting. Adding that to dictionary.
Does anyone else have any questions for Madam Eva?
How far away is the nearest town?
Just up the road a little, child.
Oh, good. Not too far to walk. Is there an inn?
There was.
Oh, so maybe we could make it by nightfall if we left soon. This doesn't look like the kind of place you'd want to caught out in the dark.
Oh, it is a rather dreary day.
Else? Valaris?
No.
Valver, sorry.
No, Valrus has just sort of been sitting back. I'd like to do an Arcana check again to see if I can pick up if there's actually any magic behind Madame Eva, or if she's just sort of, BSing us.
Sure.
Oh my god, she's just a rogue who's just screwing with us.
Charlatan.
So with an 11, you do pick up some magic in the area of this tent. You're not quite sure if it's localized around her, localized around the ball, localized around the card, the tablecloth. You're not 100% sure, but there is magic in here.
Okay. Valrus is just going to sort of stand up and kind of nod to Madame Eva before stepping out of the tent.
And she nods back at you.
Burton, anything?
Is by chance still lagging?
Yes.
Yes.
A little bit.
I heard nothing and then still lagging.
We'll check in with Kat while we're doing this.
I thank Madame Eva and kind of give her a little kind of bow and follow Croth out of the tent.
Okay. And she nods her head at you as you depart.
I don't Burton. Burton stay going.
Maybe restart Discord, Fizzy.
What was that? Oh, stats.
It's probably because we have too many Canadian users on the video.
Yeah, that might be it.
It's traveling too far.
Mhm.
Normally I'd panic when I hear that because it's usually Craig on my Wednesday game disconnecting right in the middle of a combat session. But
Does your Craig actually stay loaded for the whole time?
I've stopped using Craig. I use his pompous ass of a British counterpart, Alistair, now because
Oh.
I'm a Patreon of Craig.
Okay.
And Alistair works flawlessly because Alistair is a pompous British.
All right.
Instead of the now recording you, now recording. And half
As
of my
long-
crew absolutely hate it. They've muted Alistair so they don't have to hear that anymore.
Nice. As long as he doesn't leave halfway through a conversation.
No, they found out what was going wrong is there was too many simultaneous connections. So the creator, who is amazing, by the way, created Alistair that for the patrons, you can use Alistair, and that takes off the weight load off of Craig too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I've been attaching both because I'm greedy.
Is it working now?
It
Yes,
is.
sir.
Hey,
Much
All right.
better. Much better.
It's lately. It seems like once it hits like 9 p.m., 9:30, my internet just goes to poop.
Oh yeah.
All your neighbors are downloading porn.
ta-da!
It must be.
Actually, I don't know. Do people still download porn? Did I just date myself?
I just stream it. I don't download it. I don't need those sort of bugs.
Did Burton have anything for Meta Eva?
No, I was just gonna say that I also just kind of, after she gave us, I guess, gave the fortunes. I did listen to those, but I wouldn't have asked anything after that. I would have just left the tent with Croth and Valrus and just partake in the party stuff outside.
Okay, so it's just me in there right now.
I want to take a quick side moment to know that anytime I hear somebody and I can't see them and I hear the turning of a page because there's like notes on conjoining pages, I absolutely love that.
Okay, I thought you were gonna be like, "Oh God damn it!" Sorry.
I'm all for notes. That's less things I have to remember myself.
Trying to get better at writing down pretty much everything.
Notes are good.
So is it just Cicero and Madame Eva in there?
I believe so. Did Shozo, did you leave too?
I did, sadly.
I think he left when she said there was no crackers and he said I need a moment.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
stepped
That's
outside.
right.
Making sure. I just knew there was a moment needed. I didn't know if that was accompanied with peace out.
Okay. Cicero's gonna put his instrument up on the table. Do you know anything that you can tell me about this?
It's a violin.
I know. Can you tell me anything about the owner of this violin that's not myself?
Are you not the owner of the violin?
Not the original one.
I can't at this point in time. If you'd like to leave it with me, I could.
Fortunately, it means too much for me to leave it behind.
I understand. It'd be same with my deck of cards.
Have you heard of anyone else that plays a violin such as this in Barovia?
The Dreadlord.
Well, hopefully that's not the situation.
Carry capacity 135.
Well,
5
if
times.
anything comes to you, I'm sure we'll be in touch at some point.
I would hope so.
Be well.
And you.
Pick up my violin and head off.
So as you leave, she just gathers the cards, re-puts them into the deck, separates it into 2 stacks, shuffles it together, separates it back into 2 decks. And that's the last thing you kind of see out of the corner of your eye as you're closing the tent flap and head back out into the party. So as the party walks into the party, because that's fun, after a good long while of ale, music, revelry, go ahead, everybody, give me perception checks. Because I like party rolls.
Party roll.
I'm too busy dancing.
I was like, y'all are drunk.
Right?
Okay.
When
So,
when Sparkle dances, it's kind of like the Fortnite dance with a combination of spinning around in a circle and waving her hands in the air.
Which
Sparkle
Fortnite?
flossing.
Yeah, I was gonna say which
It's
one?
flossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, the
Canonically.
flossing.
Yep, canonically approved flossing. This is
It's
happening.
now a thing. It's part of your character now.
Yep. That's the way Sparkle dances.
There you go.
Flossing like a night elf would floss.
Yeah, but see
I
the
am-
dance. Oh, go ahead.
I'm writing this down. Sparkle flosses.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like you could call it the
And then
sparkle
put
motion.
in parentheses dance, because you don't know if you just mean that she's good at oral hygiene.
Oh,
Could be
with
both.
spinning
Could be
around and
both.
waving the hands in the air. I'm thinking maybe.
You don't know what gnomes do.
Yeah,
Shows I had to post that GIF right there in Mazes and
I
Murlocs.
can't believe
Freaking-
someone got that reference.
Hey, it's a mad world, bro.
Oh, you are the best.
We'll recount
I'll-
that
I'll
at
say,
another time when we're not on camera.
Yes.
Burton cannot dance, but with all the ale and everything flowing, he insists on doing so.
He thinks he can dance,
Very much so.
or the ale makes him think he can dance.
He's very
Nice.
wrong, but yes.
Did
So,
Canon and Cicero see anything?
yes, that is what I was about to tangent to, sir.
Oh,
Here we
okay.
go. So, Canoon and Cicero, as your friends have somewhat they got drunk, yo. So,
Yeah.
as everybody else is getting a little crunk out there and dancing and flossing and whatnot, you actually managed to hear a story from one of the Vistana as they're talking amongst their compatriots out there. So, you hear him say, "A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them into the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for the wizard's body, to see, if he had anything of value. But the river Ivlis had already spirited him away.
So I have some questions.
Was this gentle fellow wearing gray? And will we theoretically see him later in white?
Correct, in white, yes.
He said something about not passing.
Oh, okay. So he was a permit wizard.
He said something about y'all can keep going, and I'm going to get all the XP from this fight.
Oh, that bastard! I bet
So
he flew
He
away.
told someone. Yeah.
On the wings of eagles.
So this dreadlord's name is Strahd.
I don't know what you're referring to.
He said Strahd.
I don't recall that.
No, you didn't.
I'm sorry, sir. This was a private conversation.
Between who? You were telling a story.
I was telling it to my friend here.
Oh, did I eavesdrop on that?
Little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, you both overheard this, by the way.
got it. I thought he was actively telling it.
No, sorry. That is. I feel so bad. Bad llama. But
Yeah,
no,
I went.
you overheard that one. Sorry, that was not an active conversation. That was just y'all overhearing it.
Got it. I thought
that
he
was
was
his
telling
premium
another
content.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, premium content for his only friends.
All right. I'm gonna and it looks like everyone else besides the person who drinks grape juice isn't intoxicated. So I think I'll talk to him. So, and I pull him off so that way we're not within hearing distance. So if people eavesdrop on our conversation, I can get mad at them.
There you go.
So did you hear that whole story?
Of course, I heard that story.
Oh no, I'm saying it to show though.
Oh, I thought you were pulling this guy aside.
It's like-
What are you doing?
I'm pulling
The bastard
You said
followed us.
he.
I'm pulling Canon off to the side so that way, yeah, because he's
I
the only
paid
one
the
who-
monthly fee. Get away from him. This is our only friends.
A fog envelops.
Canoon,
Yes,
you heard that conversation, did you not?
I did. He said the thing about the many people and the fight and the wizards and bad wizards.
If what he's saying is true, it sounds like our individual that we'll be facing off against is a very potent spellcaster. We'll have to be very careful about this.
Yes, we shall. And he apparently is not named Strahd, so I take him at his word that it's not Strahd, so I'm going to be very surprised.
We will also need. I would imagine that because there's been a failed uprising within the last year or so, people are probably less likely to want to talk about this dreadlord either.
Yes, indeed. I believe Aro the Sixth also had a failed uprising, but
We should inform the others tomorrow when everyone is of their right mind, but it seems that this individual that we will be facing off against in some manner is not as
he may be a bit more powerful than we suspected. I would be lying if I said I would be fully equipped and prepared for this. I don't know if you know, but I'll let you in on a grave secret. The guild isn't very good at fighting things. I've pretty much been a chef my entire life.
I assume. I have heard a story, and it might be interesting to you, that armies march on their stomachs. So you have your place in all this, I would imagine.
Kanoon feels a great sense of pride and is once again motivated. Let's get this bastard.
I have that effect on people. Let's go back to the party.
All right. So the rest of the night, does anybody else have anything to do for the remainder of the evening?
I play the
No.
violin, Johnny.
Croth is actually going. So we're next to the river, are there large rocks by chance on this riverbank?
Yeah, well,
Or-
there's plenty of varying stones from skippable to large.
So, uh, yeah, she's just gonna be over there just picking up the bigger and bigger rocks and just seeing how far she could throw them across the river or into the water.
I was gonna say, I feel like large and skippable is still actually one descriptor of one rock for her.
Well, we'll see. How does the strength check play out?
Let's see. Where'd my thing go?
Do you want to rage before you rock throw?
No, no. She's just working out.
I
Just
would like
exercise.
to rage.
So I just is it a saving throw? No. I just click on
That's not you're not saving strength to throw a rock.
Yeah, you just hit the strength, the word strength.
Stir.
no. Do I just roll a d20? Because clicking on strength isn't doing shit.
No, the word strength.
I'm clicking on the
Where it
actual
says
word.
saving
Okay,
throws?
never mind.
Where it says STRENGTH.
Yeah.
So you pick up this heavy boulder, and it's probably about the size of most people's head, and you're thinking that's probably a good rock, and you heft it up, get it up above your shoulder, and you go to skip it, and you push it forward as hard as you can, and it just goes plunk into the water.
All
It does
right.
not skip.
Chris,
That was
skip.
anticlimactic.
Technically, one skip is still a skip.
it is technically. I'm just
It goes
Oh.
aloosh.
I'm gonna stand there and look ahead like I was expecting it to go, and then look down, and I should go back and drink more. I go back to the party to drink more. Her workout can wait until she's sober. That didn't play out very well.
Do Valor, Spartan, or Sparkle have anything they're doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna like dance around and caper about with the other people that are dancing if they're you know, little clusters partying together. And I'm looking for like somebody who's got like a scarf tied around, like dangling from their waist, or maybe tied around their arm, or just even on the ground, maybe something to dance with.
So what you find is most of these individuals at this camp have their swords slung into a makeshift belt make out of these almost scarves, but they're wrapped around themselves.
Right.
But none that are loose on the ground. Everybody seems to keep their belongings fairly close to themselves.
Okay. All right. Anybody with bangle jewelry?
Make a perception check.
I still want you to just like yank a hoop earring from someone.
I'd probably
I
be
would if I were a
dexterity, I
pirate.
think, but
It's like, ooh, shiny.
Ooh. Oh.
The only one you really see that has an earring is Stan. And it just appears that there's one that you can see on his ear.
What about like bracelets? Anybody with like large, dangly kind of bracelets?
Nothing ostentatious, no.
Okay. Mm.
I'm thinking you think we're in a gypsy camp.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with the wagons
mean,
and the tents, and you know,
before-
drinking and partying all the time.
Before the revamped,
Yeah, but before the revamp came out, they were labeled
They
as
were gypsies.
yeah.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, they were.
Gypsy
But
is an
gypsy has a
incorrect
negative.
term.
Yeah,
there's a
gypsy
very
has a
negative connotation now. So
So they removed that.
yes,
Oh, okay.
Also, like in the original, they were kind of like said to be liars and thieves. So
which would be
Which
the negative
goes-
connotation.
Yep.
yeah, and
yeah.
there we have it. Yes.
so they did away with a lot of that for the revamped.
Yeah, they correct. Well, because you got to remember, this original campaign came out in the '80s.
Oh yeah,
So a lot has changed since the '80s for the better.
Mhm.
yeah. The original Curse of Strahd is old.
Very old. It was like issue 13 or something like that. Ironically, 13.
Yeah. Well, the gypsies don't call themselves gypsies. They refer to themselves by their clans.
Okay.
There's like the Calo and the Romanis and the Rumneys, the Irish travelers.
And
They don't.
we have the Pastrani.
They don't. Yeah, they don't go by the. I'm part gypsy, so.
Okay.
But yeah, gypsy has a very negative connotation now. Before it was kind of an insult to be called it, but now it's starting to go away. But it's gotten to the point. I mean, from back after World War II, they started referring to themselves by their clans. They don't call themselves gypsies.
No.
Does Cross try and throw any more rocks?
After that one kind of just fell out of her hand, she realizes that she might have had too much to drink to do calisthenics, so she's just gonna keep drinking more to, if she can't work out, she's gonna keep drinking.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. So no more rock throwing for this evening.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Sparkle. Yeah. Sparkle's just gonna mingle, and she's looking for a souvenir to take with her to remind her of the camp. So she's kind of looking around for anything that might be like a souvenir.
Nothing that you're really seeing tonight during the party. Everybody's keeping their stuff fairly close knit to them.
And for fear of being turned into something unnatural, she's not going to steal anything out of Madame Ava's tent.
What about Valorous and Burton?
Well, Valorous, after seeing the rocks being thrown and whatnot, is going to think that's a really good idea. So he's going to walk over to the water area and find a rock in the area and cast Catapult on it. Because he's a little buzzed and that just seems like the thing to do.
Seems like a great idea.
Well, fair. So he just casts that on a rock to toss it out across the ocean or lake or what have you.
I can see this being a fun drinking competition game for these guys.
It
Yeah.
it hits a random fisherman.
Oh God, I hope not.
He's gonna take 2d8 damage.
You're gonna come back at the end of the campaign, and there's like this undead fisherman.
Surprise!
All the Vistani like have their livelihood ruined because they're like, oh well, Stu the fisherman was the guy who would be out there and catch all of our fish, but when he died from a random rock attack, we couldn't eat anymore.
Listen, or
That was our
Strahd,
number one fisherman.
You
Strahd
just
could have
ruined
like
Bavaria.
Strahd could have like turned into a bat, be randomly flying over, and I hit him, and I've just finished the campaign already.
Or you've given him,
You won the game.
given him a reason to
That's it,
single
guys.
you out.
Yeah,
This is also possible.
we won D&D. Good job. Let's pack it in.
Woohoo! But yeah, after
So-
he does that, he just goes back to the party.
So yeah, literally this comes up, cast Catapult. This rock goes skimming across like 5 or 6, 7, 8 times until it's out of view into the fog bank.
Yeah, and then he wanders back.
Now, would you have done this while she was still there? While Cross was still there?
Yeah, probably if like quickly enough. Yeah.
Okay. She is going to, before I turn around and go back, I'm just going to slap you on the back, like, harder than she wanted to. And that was a very nice throw. And then,
Thank you. I worked very hard on it. Normally, I use it to toss some drunks out of the tavern.
oh, we will be good friends. And she keeps going.
All right. Anything else for this evening?
Canon is writing an angry instaglyph for his things for a rating of Eva is a cracker hater.
Hashtag Bavaria. Hashtag Strahd's a bad guy. Hashtag.
Exactly. It's for his Instacracker, which is it's a different flavor from Instagram crackers. It's
yes.
yeah, yes.
All right. So the party eventually sleeps in this camp overnight. And come the morning, everybody gathers their things. Sparkle, as you're looking around, you manage to find a sash that has been misplaced after the night of drunken revelry. You're able to pocket that quite easily. Come the morning, the party groups up, all 7 of you with red shirt in tow, and start walking down the road. And the farther you get down the road, the fog starts to settle in more and more, gets a little bit thicker, and you keep going, keep pressing through, and the fog eventually begins to lift after about another 5 or 10 minutes. And as the fog lifts, all you see is this hill, and up at the top of the hill, there's a set of gates leading up to a house. And that's where we're going to leave tonight's session at.
Dun dun dun.
The town that we're going to is a house on a hill. That's
Is a
not
hou-
ominous.
Yeah.
No, I missed.
How would we describe the level of noise coming from this house? Would it be, or
Exactly.
hill? Would it be of a
it-
silent type, or
Or like highly audible.
Bum, 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 bum.
Are there any Salisburys on this hill? I'm
Very
For that, we will wait for next week.
Wow.
find out next week.
Last time on a Murloc Ate My D&D. Yeah, that's it for this week, y'all.
Woo!
That
was
was
awesome.
awesome. Yes.
Good times.
fun time.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Good times.
So just to make sure we're going to be doing this, is this going to be once a month campaign?
Yes, yeah, we're gonna do
Yeah.
once a month. That was part of the deal.
Okay.
I think you said every third Saturday.
Yeah. So what I'll do when you look at the game, when you log into Roll20 where it says next game not scheduled, I'm actually updating that right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
leave it Welcome to Bavaria if possible, because that's just freaking hilarious to me.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna. Yeah, that's
yeah,
Yeah,
I will
yeah, that
explore
must-
Bavaria
core
first.
to this entire thing. Like, if there isn't an angry vampire baker at some point, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a pastry kitchen in the house. I mean, you don't know; you're not there yet.
Yeah.
It'd
So
be
I'm gonna
great if like they were cream filled, but you didn't know with what. It could be because there's
Exactly.
vampires, right? So who knows? That's not cherry you're eating.
Well, exactly.
What do you
It's,
mean
what-
vampires?
Exactly.
I
This
guess
is
well,
what.
okay, she didn't hear that conversation. She was a little too intoxicated.
We didn't hear that conversation either. They didn't say anything about a vampire.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. There's definitely not a
vampires?
baker somewhere called have it with a special Bavarian dish, cream puff known as a crematoma.
Yeah, there's also the baker's name is Strodel.
Oh, I am so excited.
I was gonna say we at least know that there is a Strahd. We don't know that there is a vampire.
A straddle. There we go. I like it. I like it.
So yeah, the next game looks like it will be February 20th.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep.
And as always, feel free to message me anything if you missed something or whatever, need to ask me some questions. Be prepared for me to have to read a book before I respond.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that form and send it your way.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, I am not perfect. I will most likely make a mistake. If you catch it as I'm making it, like, feel free to like start spam messaging like red light, or something like that. Or if you're one of the three others on video, like throw your headphones off and bail out, or something. Just if you catch something before I do, and if possible,
Oh.
give me the heads up, because I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable at any of the tables that I run. That's like the absolute worst feeling. I've made that mistake before. I mean, without even thinking about it, just because
Yeah,
it was something
it's-
common to D&D.
It's tough,
And-
yeah.
Yeah, and I don't like that mistake. And at the very least, if you do soldier through it and make it through it, just let me know on the side later on, so that way I can make sure.
Cat's like, why did you stop?
Like that war is about to commence.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're rolling for initiative right now.
Yeah, I think lower cat has won the initiative roll. I'm not sure now.
What
Maybe-
you see, you can't see in the background near the fan, which is the circular thing. You may see a little white thing moving. That's the third cat licking itself.
That's the sneak attack getting ready.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Well, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, me
Same.
too.
Same.
It is well past my bedtime.
Yeah,
but
we are definitely running a lot longer than we normally will, but we also had an hour and a half of prep time tonight too.
Yeah, makes
I was
sense.
gonna say, not gonna lie, I was like fully prepared for like 90 minutes of play, and then I was like, okay, I'm not opposed. I'm just like,
Yeah,
damn, guys.
Like,
That's awesome.
we took that break right at where the natural stop off point was.
Yeah, I
then,
know.
Like, in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like,
Sorry.
okay, fuck it, we're going through Eva, and this is gonna happen, and a better stop off point occurred, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good stop off point.
Yeah. So get ready for the house,
yeah,
Woohoo!
and all of a sudden, red shirt will turn into
Yes.
somebody else.
I don't want to
Cool.
be the red
Richard's just
shirt.
gonna vanish.
It's gonna take a blaster bolt from the house.
Nice.
or a bat just picks him up and flies him off.
that's when Canoon the Fifth shows up, and it's just like, oh my, great timing.
It's gonna be a wolf. That's fine. You know it's gonna be a wolf.
There you go.
Okay,
All right.
have a good one,
folks.
guys.
Have a
Y'all
good
be
night,
good.
everyone.
Thanks,
Thanks,
y'all.
guys.
Good night.
Bye bye.